أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I seek refuge in Allah from the expelled Satan.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
قالوا أنؤمن لك واتبعك الأرذلون.
They said, "Should we believe you while you are followed by your lowest class of people?"
قال وما علمي بما كانوا يعملون.
He said, "And what is my knowledge of what they used to do?
إن حسابهم إلا على ربي لو تشعرون.
Their account is only upon my Lord, if you could perceive.
وما أنا بطارد المؤمنين.
And I am not one to drive away the believers.
إن أنا إلا نذير مبين.
I am only a clear warner.
قالوا لئن لم تنته يا نوح لتكونن من المرجومين.
They said, "If you do not desist, O Noah, you will surely be of those who are stoned."
قال رب إن قومي كذبون.
He said, "My Lord, indeed my people have denied me.
فافتح بيني وبينهم فتحا ونجني ومن معي من المؤمنين.
Then judge between me and them with decisive judgment, and save me and those with me of the believers."
فأنجيناه ومن معه في الفلك المشحون.
So we saved him, and those with him in the laden ship.
ثم أغرقنا بعد الباقين.
Then we drowned thereafter the remaining ones.
إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين.
Indeed, in that is a sign, but most of them were not to be believers.
وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم.
And indeed, your Lord, He is the exalted in might, the merciful.
كذبت عاد المرسلين.
Ad denied the messengers.
إذ قال لهم أخوهم هود ألا تتقون.
When their brother Hud said to them, "Will you not fear Allah?
إني لكم رسول أمين.
Indeed, I am to you a trustworthy messenger.
فاتقوا الله وأطيعون.
So fear Allah and obey me.
وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين.
And I do not ask you for it any payment. My payment is only from the Lord of the worlds.
أتبنون بكل ريع آية تعبثون.
Do you construct on every elevation a sign, amusing yourselves?
وتتخذون مصانع لعلكم تخلدون.
And take for yourselves constructions, i.e. palaces and fortresses, that you might abide eternally.
وَإِذَا بَطَشْتُمْ بَطَشْتُمْ جَبَّارِينَ.
And when you strike as tyrants.
فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونِ.
So fear Allah and obey me.
وَاتَّقُوا الَّذِي أَمَدَّكُم بِمَا تَعْلَمُونَ.
And fear He who provided you with that which you know.
أَمَدَّكُم بِأَنْعَامٍ وَبَنِينَ.
Provided you with grazing livestock and children.
وَجَنَّاتٍ وَعُيُونٍ.
And gardens and springs.
إِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ.
Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a terrible day.
قالوا سواء علينا أوعظت أم لم تكن من الواعظين.
They said, "It is all the same to us, whether you advise or are not of the advisers."
إن هذا إلا خلق الأولين.
This is not but the custom of the former peoples.
وما نحن بمعذبين.
And we are not to be punished.
فكذبوه فأهلكناهم إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين.
And they denied him, so we destroyed them. Indeed, in that is a sign, but most of them were not to be believers.
وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الرَّحِيمُ.
And indeed, your Lord, He is the exalted in might, the merciful.
كذبت ثمود المرسلين.
Thamud denied the messengers.
إذ قال لهم أخوهم صالح ألا تتقون.
When their brother Salih said to them, "Will you not fear Allah?
إني لكم رسول أمين.
Indeed, I am to you a trustworthy messenger.
فاتقوا الله وأطيعون.
So fear Allah and obey me.
وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين.
And I do not ask you for it any payment. My payment is only from the Lord of the worlds.
أتتركون فيما هاهنا آمنين
Will you be left in what is here, secure from death,
في جنات وعيون
within gardens and springs,
وزروع ونخل طلعها هضيم
and fields of crops and palm trees with softened fruit?
وتنحتون من الجبال بيوتا فارهين
And you carve out of the mountains homes with skill.
فاتقوا الله وأطيعون
So fear Allah and obey me.
ولا تطيعوا أمر المسرفين
And do not obey the order of the transgressors,
الذين يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون
who cause corruption in the land and do not amend.
قالوا إنما أنت من المسحرين
They said, "You are only of those affected by magic.
ما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا فأت بآية إن كنت من الصادقين
You are but a man like ourselves, so bring a sign if you should be of the truthful."
قال هذه ناقة لها شرب ولكم شرب يوم معلوم
He said, "This is a she-camel. For her is a time of drink, and for you is a time of drink, each on a known day.
ولا تمسوها بسوء فيأخذكم عذاب يوم عظيم
And do not touch her with harm, lest you be seized by the punishment of a terrible day."
فعقروها فأصبحوا نادمين
But they hamstrung her, and so became regretful.
فأخذهم العذاب إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين
And the punishment seized them. Indeed, in that is a sign, but most of them were not to be believers.
وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم
And indeed, your Lord, He is the exalted in might, the merciful.
كذبت قوم لوط المرسلين
The people of Lot denied the messengers
إذ قال لهم أخوهم لوط ألا تتقون
when their brother Lot said to them, "Will you not fear Allah?
إني لكم رسول أمين
Indeed, I am to you a trustworthy messenger.
فاتقوا الله وأطيعون
So fear Allah and obey me.
وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين
And I do not ask you for it any payment. My payment is only from the Lord of the worlds.
أتأتون الذكران من العالمين
Do you approach males among the worlds,
وتذرون ما خلق لكم ربكم من أزواجكم بل أنتم قوم عادون
and leave what your Lord has created for you as mates? But you are a people transgressing.
قالوا لئن لم تنته يا لوط لتكونن من المخرجين.
They said, if you do not desist, O Lot, you will surely be of those evicted.
قال إني لعملكم من القالين.
He said, indeed, I am, toward your deed, of those who detest it.
رب نجني وأهلي مما يعملون.
My Lord, save me and my family from the consequence of what they do.
فنجيناه وأهله أجمعين.
So we saved him and his family all,
إلا عجوزا في الغابرين.
except an old woman among those who remained behind.
ثم دمرنا الآخرين.
Then we destroyed the others,
وأمطرنا عليهم مطرا فساء مطر المنذرين.
and we rained upon them a rain of stones, and evil was the rain of those who were warned.
إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين.
Indeed, in that is a sign, but most of them were not to be believers.
وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم.
And indeed, your Lord, He is the exalted in might, the merciful.
كذب أصحاب الأيكة المرسلين.
The companions of the thicket, i.e. the people of Madian, denied the messengers.
إذ قال لهم شعيب ألا تتقون.
When Shu'aib said to them, will you not fear Allah?
إني لكم رسول أمين.
Indeed, I am to you a trustworthy messenger.
فاتقوا الله وأطيعون.
So fear Allah and obey me.
وما أسألكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين.
And I do not ask you for it any payment. My payment is only from the Lord of the worlds.
أوفوا الكيل ولا تكونوا من المخسرين.
Give full measure and do not be of those who cause loss.
وزنوا بالقسطاس المستقيم.
And weigh with an even, i.e. honest balance.
ولا تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم ولا تعثوا في الأرض مفسدين.
And do not deprive people of their due, and do not commit abuse on earth, spreading corruption.
واتقوا واتقوا الذي خلقكم والجبلة الأولين.
And fear he who created you and the former creation.
قالوا إنما أنت من المسحرين.
They said, "You are only of those affected by magic.
وما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا وإن نظنك لمن الكاذبين.
You are but a man like ourselves, and indeed we think you are among the liars.
فأسقط علينا كسفا من السماء إن كنت من الصادقين.
So cause to fall upon us fragments of the sky, if you should be of the truthful."
قال ربي أعلم بما تعملون.
He said, "My Lord is most knowing of what you do."
فكذبوه فأخذهم عذاب يوم الظلة إنه كان عذاب يوم عظيم.
And they denied him. So the punishment of the day of the black cloud seized them. Indeed, it was the punishment of a terrible day.
إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين.
Indeed, in that is a sign, but most of them were not to be believers.
وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الرَّحِيمُ.
And indeed, your Lord, He is the exalted in might, the merciful.
وَإِنَّهُ لَتَنزِيلُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.
And indeed it, i.e. the Quran, is the revelation of the Lord of the worlds.
نزل به الروح الأمين.
The trustworthy spirit, i.e. Gabriel, has brought it down.
على قلبك لتكون من المنذرين.
Upon your heart, O Muhammad, that you may be of the warners.
بلسان عربي مبين.
In a clear Arabic language.
وَإِنَّهُ لَفِي زُبُرِ الْأَوَّلِينَ.
And indeed, it is mentioned in the scriptures of former peoples.
أَوَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُمْ آيَةً أَنْ يَعْلَمَهُ عُلَمَاءُ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ.
And has it not been a sign to them that it is recognized by the scholars of the children of Israel?
وَلَوْ نَزَّلْنَاهُ عَلَى بَعْضِ الْأَعْجَمِينَ.
And even if we had revealed it to one among the foreigners,
فَقَرَأَهُ عَلَيْهِمْ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ مُؤْمِنِينَ.
and he had recited it to them perfectly, they would still not have been believers in it.
كذلك سلكناه في قلوب المجرمين.
Thus have we inserted it, i.e. disbelief, into the hearts of the criminals.
لا يؤمنون به حتى يروا العذاب الأليم.
They will not believe in it until they see the painful punishment.
فيأتيهم بغتة وهم لا يشعرون.
And it will come to them suddenly while they perceive it not.
فيقولوا هل نحن منظرون.
And they will say, may we be reprieved.
أفبعذابنا يستعجلون.
So for our punishment are they impatient?
أفرأيت إن متعناهم سنين.
Then have you considered if we gave them enjoyment for years,
ثم جاءهم ما كانوا يوعدون.
and then there came to them that which they were promised?
ما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يمتعون.
They would not be availed by the enjoyment with which they were provided.
وما أهلكنا من قرية إلا لها منذرون.
And we did not destroy any city except that it had warners,
ذكرى وما كنا ظالمين.
as a reminder, and never have we been unjust.
وما تنزلت به الشياطين.
And the devils have not brought it, i.e. the revelation, down.
وما ينبغي لهم وما يستطيعون.
It is not allowable for them, nor would they be able.
إنهم عن السمع لمعزولون.
Indeed, they, from its hearing, are removed.
فلا تدع مع الله إلها آخر فتكون من المعذبين.
So do not invoke with Allah another deity, and thus be among the punished.
وأنذر عشيرتك الأقربين.
And warn, O Muhammad, your closest kindred.
واخفض جناحك لمن اتبعك من المؤمنين.
And lower your wing, i.e. show kindness to those who follow you of the believers.
فإن عصوك فقل إني بريء مما تعملون.
And if they disobey you, then say, indeed, I am disassociated from what you are doing.
وتوكل على العزيز الرحيم.
And rely upon the exalted in might, the merciful.
الذي يراك حين تقوم.
Who sees you when you arise.
وتقلبك في الساجدين.
And your movements among those who prostrate.
إنه هو السميع العليم.
Indeed, He is the hearing, the knowing.
هل أنبئكم على من تنزل الشياطين
Shall I inform you upon whom the devils descend?
تنزل على كل أفاك أثيم
They descend upon every sinful liar.
يلقون السمع وأكثرهم كاذبون
They pass on what is heard, and most of them are liars.
والشعراء يتبعهم الغاوون
And the poets, only the deviators follow them.
ألم تر أنهم في كل واد يهيمون
Do you not see that in every valley they roam?
وأنهم يقولون ما لا يفعلون
And that they say what they do not do.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وذكروا الله كثيرا وانتصروا من بعد ما ظلموا وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون
Except those poets who believe and do righteous deeds, and remember Allah often, and defend the Muslims after they were wronged. And those who have wronged are going to know to what kind of return they will be returned.
سورة النمل.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I seek refuge in Allah from the expelled Satan.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
طاسين تلك آيات القرآن وكتاب مبين
Ta-Sin. These are the verses of the Quran, i.e. recitation, and a clear book.
هدى وبشرى للمؤمنين
As guidance and good tidings for the believers,
الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم يوقنون
who establish prayer and give zakah, and of the hereafter they are certain in faith.
إن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة زينا لهم أعمالهم فهم يعمهون
Indeed, for those who do not believe in the hereafter, we have made pleasing to them their deeds, so they wander blindly.
أولئك الذين لهم سوء العذاب وهم في الآخرة هم الأخسرون
Those are the ones for whom there will be the worst of punishment, and in the hereafter they are the greatest losers.
وَإِنَّكَ لَتُلَقَّى الْقُرْآنَ مِنْ لَدُنْ حَكِيمٍ عَلِيمٍ
And indeed, O Muhammad, you received the Quran from one wise and knowing.
إذ قال موسى لأهله إني آنست نارا سآتيكم منها بخبر أو آتيكم بشهاب قبس لعلكم تصطلون.
Mention when Moses said to his family, "Indeed, I have perceived a fire. I will bring you from there information, or will bring you a burning torch that you may warm yourselves."
فلما جاءها نودي أن بورك من في النار ومن حولها وسبحان الله رب العالمين.
But when he came to it, he was called. Blessed is whoever is at the fire, and whoever is around it, and exalted is Allah, Lord of the worlds.
يا موسى إنه أنا الله العزيز الحكيم.
O Moses, indeed it is I, Allah, the exalted in might, the wise.
وألق عصاك فلما رآها تهتز كأنها جان ولا مدبرا ولم يعقب. يا موسى لا تخف إني لا يخاف لدي المرسلون.
And he was told, "Throw down your staff." But when he saw it writhing as if it were a snake, he turned in flight and did not return. Allah said, "O Moses, fear not. Indeed, in my presence, the messengers do not fear.
إلا من ظلم ثم بدل حسنا بعد سوء فإني غفور رحيم.
Otherwise, he who wrongs then substitutes good after evil. Indeed, I am forgiving and merciful.
وأدخل يدك في جيبك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء في 9 آيات إلى فرعون وقومه إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين.
And put your hand into the opening of your garment at the breast. It will come out white, without disease. These are among the 9 signs you will take to Pharaoh and his people. Indeed, they have been a people defiantly disobedient.
فلما جاءتهم آياتنا مبصرة قالوا هذا سحر مبين.
But when there came to them our visible signs, they said, "This is obvious magic."
وجحدوا بها واستيقنتها أنفسهم ظلما وعلوا كيف كان عاقبة المفسدين.
And they rejected them, while their inner selves were convinced thereof out of injustice and haughtiness. So see how was the end of the corrupters.
وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا دَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ عِلْمًا وَقَالَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي فَضَّلَنَا عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّنْ عِبَادِهِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ.
And we had certainly given to David and Solomon knowledge, and they said, Praise is due to Allah, who has favored us over many of his believing servants.
وَوَرِثَ سُلَيْمَانُ دَاوُودَ وَقَالَ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ عُلِّمْنَا مَنطِقَ الطَّيْرِ وَأُوتِينَا مِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِنَّ هَذَا لَهُوَ الْفَضْلُ الْمُبِينُ.
And Solomon inherited David. He said, O people, we have been taught the language of birds, and we have been given from all things. Indeed, this is evident bounty.
وَحُشِرَ لِسُلَيْمَانَ جُنُودُهُ مِنَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ وَالطَّيْرِ فَهُمْ يُوزَعُونَ.
And gathered for Solomon were his soldiers of the jinn, and men and birds, and they were marching in rows.
إِذَا أَتَوْا عَلَى وَادِ النَّمْلِ قَالَتْ نَمْلَةٌ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّمْلُ ادْخُلُوا مَسَاكِنَكُمْ قالت نملة يا أيها النمل ادخلوا مساكنكم لا يحطمنكم سليمان وجنوده وهم لا يشعرون.
Until they came upon the valley of the ants. An ant said, O ants, enter your dwellings, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers, while they perceive not.
فتبسم ضاحكا من قولها وقال رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأدخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين.
So Solomon smiled, amused at her speech, and said, My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor, which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to do righteousness of which you approve. And admit me by your mercy into the ranks of your righteous servants.
وَتَفَقَّدَ الطَّيْرَ فَقَالَ مَا لِيَ لَا أَرَى الْهُدْهُدَ أَمْ كَانَ مِنَ الْغَائِبِينَ.
And he took attendance of the birds and said, Why do I not see the hoopoe? Or is he among the absent?
لأعذبنه عذابا شديدا أو لأذبحنه أو ليأتيني بسلطان مبين.
I will surely punish him with a severe punishment, or slaughter him, unless he brings me clear authorization.
فمكث غير بعيد فقال أحطت بما لم تحط به وجئتك من سبأ بنبأ يقين.
But he, i.e. the hoopoe, stayed not long, and said, I have not encompassed in knowledge that which you have not encompassed, and I have come to you from Sheba with certain news.
إني وجدت امرأة تملكهم وأوتيت من كل شيء ولها عرش عظيم.
Indeed, I found there a woman ruling them, and she has been given of all things, and she has a great throne.
وجدتها وقومها يسجدون للشمس من دون الله وزين لهم الشيطان أعمالهم فصدهم عن السبيل فهم لا يهتدون.
I found her and her people prostrating to the sun instead of Allah, and Satan has made their deeds pleasing to them and averted them from his way, so they are not guided.
ألا يسجدوا لله الذي يخرج الخبأ في السماوات والأرض ويعلم ما تخفون وما تعلنون.
And so they do not prostrate to Allah, who brings forth what is hidden within the heavens and the earth, and knows what you conceal and what you declare.
الله لا إله إلا هو رب العرش العظيم.
Allah, there is no deity except Him, Lord of the great throne.
قال سننظر أصدقت أم كنت من الكاذبين.
Solomon said, We will see whether you were truthful or were of the liars.
اذهب بكتابي هذا فألقه إليهم ثم تول عنهم فانظر ماذا يرجعون.
Take this letter of mine and deliver it to them. Then leave them and see what answer they will return.
قالت يا أيها الملأ إني ألقي إلي كتاب كريم.
She said, O eminent ones, indeed to me has been delivered a noble letter.
إنه من سليمان وإنه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Indeed, it is from Solomon, and indeed it is, i.e. reads, in the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
ألا تعلوا علي وأتوني مسلمين.
Be not haughty with me, but come to me in submission as Muslims.
قالت يا أيها الملأ أفتوني في أمري ما كنت قاطعة أمرا حتى تشهدون.
She said, O eminent ones, advise me in my affair. I would not decide a matter until you witness for me.
قالوا نحن أولو قوة وأولو بأس شديد والأمر إليك فانظري ماذا تأمرين.
They said, we are men of strength and of great military might, but the command is yours, so see what you will command.
قالت إن الملوك إذا دخلوا قرية أفسدوها وجعلوا أعزة أهلها أذلة وكذلك يفعلون.
She said, indeed, kings, when they enter a city, they ruin it and render the honored of its people humble, and thus do they do.
وَإِنِّي مُرْسِلَةٌ إِلَيْهِمْ بِهَدِيَّةٍ فَنَاظِرَةٌ بِمَ يَرْجِعُ الْمُرْسَلُونَ.
But indeed, I will send to them a gift, and see with what reply the messengers will return.
فَلَمَّا جَاءَ سُلَيْمَانَ قَالَ أَتُمِدُّونَنِ بِمَالٍ فَمَا آتَانِيَ اللَّهُ خَيْرٌ مِّمَّا آتَاكُمْ فما آتاني الله خير مما آتاكم بل أنتم بهديتكم تفرحون.
So when they came to Solomon, he said, do you provide me with wealth? But what Allah has given me is better than what He has given you. Rather, it is you who rejoice in your gift.
ارجع إليهم فلنأتينهم بجنود لا قبل لهم بها ولنخرجنهم منها أذلة وهم صاغرون.
Return to them, for we will surely come to them with soldiers that they will be powerless to encounter. And we will surely expel them therefrom in humiliation, and they will be debased.
قال يا أيها الملأ أيكم يأتيني بعرشها قبل أن يأتوني مسلمين.
Solomon said, O assembly of jinn, which of you will bring me her throne before they come to me in submission?
قال عفريت من الجن أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك وإني عليه لقوي أمين.
A powerful one from among the jinn said, I will bring it to you before you rise from your place, and indeed I am for this task strong and trustworthy.
قال الذي عنده علم من الكتاب أنا آتيك به قبل أن يرتد إليك طرفك فلما رآه مستقرا عنده قال هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر ومن شكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن ربي غني كريم.
Said one who had knowledge from the scripture, I will bring it to you before your glance returns to you. And when Solomon saw it placed before him, he said, This is from the favor of my Lord to test me whether I will be grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, his gratitude is only for the benefit of himself. And whoever is ungrateful, then indeed my Lord is free of need and generous.
نكروا لها عرشها ننظر أتهتدي أم تكون من الذين لا يهتدون.
He said, Disguise for her throne. We will see whether she will be guided to truth or will be of those who is not guided.
فلما جاءت قيل أهكذا عرشك قالت كأنه هو وأوتينا العلم من قبلها وكنا مسلمين.
So when she arrived, it was said to her, Is your throne like this? She said, It is as though it was it. Solomon said, And we were given knowledge before her, and we have been Muslims in submission to Allah.
وصدها ما كانت تعبد من دون الله إنها كانت من قوم كافرين.
And that which she was worshipping, other than Allah, had averted her from submission to Him. Indeed, she was from a disbelieving people.
قيل لها ادخلي الصرح فلما رأته حسبته لجة وكشفت عن ساقيها قال إنه صرح ممرد من قوارير قالت رب إني ظلمت نفسي وأسلمت مع سليمان لله رب العالمين.
She was told, "Enter the palace." But when she saw it, she thought it was a body of water, and uncovered her shins to wade through. He said, "Indeed, it is a palace whose floor is made smooth with glass." She said, "My Lord, indeed I have wronged myself, and I submit with Solomon to Allah, Lord of the worlds."
وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ فَإِذَا هُمْ فَرِيقَانِ يَخْتَصِمُونَ.
And we had certainly sent to Thamud their brother Salih, saying, "Worship Allah." And at once they were two parties conflicting.
قال يا قوم لم تستعجلون بالسيئة قبل الحسنة لولا تستغفرون الله لعلكم ترحمون.
He said, "O my people, why are you impatient for evil before, i.e. instead of good? Why do you not seek forgiveness of Allah, that you may receive mercy?"
قالوا طيرنا بك وبمن معك قال طائركم عند الله بل أنتم قوم تفتنون.
They said, "We consider you a bad omen, you and those with you." He said, "Your omen, i.e. fate, is with Allah. Rather, you are a people being tested."
وكان في المدينة 9 رهط يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون.
And there were in the city 9 family heads causing corruption in the land and not amending its affairs.
قالوا تقاسموا بالله لنبيتنه وأهله ثم لنقولن لوليه ما شهدنا مهلك أهله وإنا لصادقون.
They said, "Take a mutual oath by Allah, that we will kill him by night, he and his family. Then we will say to his executor, we did not witness the destruction of his family, and indeed we are truthful."
وَمَكَرُوا مَكْرًا وَمَكَرْنَا مَكْرًا وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ.
And they planned a plan, and we planned a plan, while they perceived not.
فانظر كيف كان عاقبة مكرهم أنا دمرناهم وقومهم أجمعين.
Then look how was the outcome of their plan, that we destroyed them and their people all.
فتلك بيوتهم خاوية بما ظلموا إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يعلمون.
So those are their houses, desolate because of the wrong they had done. Indeed, in that is a sign for people who know.
وَأَنجَيْنَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ.
And we saved those who believed and used to fear Allah.
ولوطا إذ قال لقومه أتأتون الفاحشة وأنتم تبصرون.
And mention Lot when he said to his people, do you commit immorality while you are seeing?
أئنكم لتأتون الرجال شهوة من دون النساء بل أنتم قوم تجهلون.
Do you indeed approach men with desire instead of women? Rather, you are a people behaving ignorantly.